That's when she was brutally murdered. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. I'm gonna... No, wrong button. I'm gonna present the scarf. Present. Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. No. This is the first time I ever had to actually address someone like that. Gah. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective! Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it, is that correct? Yes, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim! The note. It very clearly says wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus this special request. I have one very simple question for you, detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it! Ah! The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? Sigh. I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? That's not white, that's blue. Ah! Where did you find that, sir? Where did you find it? You don't know? On Dusky Bridge, I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Is that legal? I don't think that's legal. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal sachet. It is the safest place I know. That's illegal. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested. But as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. No, it's not. It's blue. You are wearing a white scarf. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time! The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Scarf added to the court record, worn by the victim at the time of the incident found on Dusky Bridge. How do you know it was worn by her? How do you know it was worn by her? This is absolute bullshit. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? No, it's not alright. What is this scarf? You just brought some old scarf and that's it? How do you know she wore it that day? Awful. Boy, would I like to wrap the scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good, now if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business. The prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Miss Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. Because they're all idiots? A genius, huh? Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there was an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. There's an eyewitness? Why does nobody tell me anything before anything? This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the victim wearing the scarf, sir. But that's white. I mean, it's a black and white photo. Is that really the scarf? Is that really this scarf? It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it is a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. What, it fell off into the water? Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that the bridge is very high up. It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. A well-intentioned third party. Edgeworth, you're not supposed to hide things from the court. Ah, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. It's her, isn't it? Whatever her name is. Dahlia. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I have a reason. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Witness's photo added to the court record seems to have been taken by the witness. So as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I mean... I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. No, it's not. It's not clear at all. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. No, it's not. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He is clearly guilty. Is this like satire? Is this making fun of the Japanese judicial system? It is, right? Nobody is this stupid. Not again. That's not fair! I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the victim wearing the scarf, sir. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright. So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wild flowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo. This cloudy fog-like thing. Is it a ghost? I don't believe it! No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student. That's right, meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we are not relying on the witness's statement, that's all. What's that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you have to give us a good reason why. Grr. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Haha! Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. What? Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Ha! Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. What? Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. What's he doing? The court record, huh? That must have been when the scarf fell off. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet from rain, the bridge was probably wet too, which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise, I had no idea there was a photo. So what'd I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Of course I do! So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered, that's your chance. Yeah, no dude, you keep saying the same thing. So, she was pushed down onto the bridge, but her clothes are clean. Her clothes are clean there. Hold on. Hat, belt. Her hat's gone. There's no mud on her clothing, even though he said she was pushed down face first and then stabbed in the back. There's nothing on her clothes. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Alright. Wearing a scarf. Drizzling that day. I'm gonna just like see if that's the thing. There's something seriously wrong with this photo. So at the time of the crime there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions of that day? It's just her boobs, right? Look, I'm gonna click on the boobs. Naturally, the answer is right here! The victim's coat. As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Record the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Ugh. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. What? I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard pride of the legal league would be wet but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? Yeah, your scarf is muddy, dumbass. The surface of the bridge? Huh? Huh? A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The evidence is this scarf. Ah! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. You're a bimbo. Hey, same to you, buddy. Yeah, that's right, you're a bimbo. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh. For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. Go on. Ha! You're doing pretty well. For a little kitten, you're doing pretty well for an asshole. Armando! No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie! It is either the victim discovered in the trunk. Hey, do you see this up here? Why is that cracked? The witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim. Or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence is one of those three. Obviously it's a testimony, and then we have to question the other witness. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over there that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose this evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes! The false evidence in this case is the testimony. It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony, it's filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. Ah, it's not just true, it's the truth! Wait, if there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have caught them in the first place. Your Honor! The defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. Sigh. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness! What is your name and occupation? Oh my god. Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts go pitter-patter. Oh, boner. When I look at you, how can I put it? I get a massive boner. You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. What? That's sexual harassment? I want this judge arrested. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. No, she's not. Not at all. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Wait a minute. So Mia has met her before? Remember the other flashback? So this is Mia's very first case, and she's met her once. In the other flashback, when Phoenix Wright was accused of pushing a guy into wires, it was her again. Did they recognize each other that time? I don't think they did. We're gonna have to deal with her again, I think, in the final case. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You're a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you can learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir. Yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Just your name and occupation, dumbass. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Name and occupation. Not at all, it's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is Melissa Foster. Ah, Melissa Foster. Is that your name? I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. How long have you been a freshman in the literature department? It seems like year after year you're still a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? Ah, how can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Didn't she take this? Huh? But it's just a photograph, it's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh, I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be... Huh, I'm the defense attorney, my name is Mia Fey. I see, so you are... Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Oh, wait a minute. Is she a spirit medium? Is she a rival spirit medium? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. You called the police from the top of the mountain? By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. Wait, there's like a cliff thing there. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, eh? Is he really Canadian? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Oh ho ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Camera added to the court record. Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Alright, I'm gonna like break her arm so she cries some. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Let me save here. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. It's wonderful. Oh, I know just how you feel. What? Stupid? You feel stupid? It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde scented beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Then I noticed there were two people standing up at the suspension bridge. Alright, let me just look at this. There's the cliff right there. So if she says anything about him stuffing her into the car, she's lying because it's behind the cliff. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. Yeah, you are. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. You're like that, Judge. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting! Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? Eh? No. I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. Yes! I made her cry! Get wrecked! I would never eavesdrop. I would. I've got more class than that. No, you don't. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. No, but the photo doesn't show them going at it. The photo just shows them standing there. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was to use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. And right after that, I called the police. You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful. That girl has the judge wrapped around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're going to have to come up with something really good, Mia.